So right now we're going to go over how to harvest your mushrooms. So different mushrooms require a slightly different approach to harvesting. I'm going to show you one of the more delicate ones. So over here we have chestnuts. As you can see, these ones are little, but these ones are the ones we're going to be harvesting. They are very, very delicate. So when you're handling them, you need to be very careful because they fall apart very easily. So as you can see, I'm reaching my hand underneath the mushrooms to separate them from the block. So I'm just wiggling my hand under there. And then I peel up to separate them. Now don't take off more than you can hold in one hand because you'll lose them. Oh, I've got plastic stuck. Oh no. Okay, there we go. There we go. And there's your mushrooms. Now place them gently in your container. You'll have little pieces come off. Make sure to carefully handle those. Some people like to use gloves when handling these guys because they have a very dark spore. They tend to get kind of stainy, but I feel I need to be able to feel the mushroom to know if I'm about to drop it. So let's see if I can get the rest of these guys. They tend to tangle up very easily. Just do your best you can to make sure they come out as a whole. And you see, as soon as I put them down, they fall apart. So I wasn't kidding when I said they were fragile. And that's because their stem is so thin. They're not very well connected. There you go. This one had a fairly big colony on top. Look at that. Now I caught these just at the right time. You want to catch them when their caps are still turned down like this before they start to curl up. You don't want them to curl up because that's when they'll release their spores and they get super messy. Okay, so that's chestnuts. Now, just an example of what they look like when they're smaller. Over here, we've got some really young ones. They look really hairy. And over there, they're starting to get a little more mature. You can see right here. But those guys haven't started to turn up yet. You want to wait for that. Oh, this little guy's still here. We'll pick him. Okay. And there's all our mushrooms. We have some more chestnut right here. These guys are perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go in right at the bottom, like we talked about, and pop them off the block. These ones are a little more sturdy, just because they're bigger. Wow, look at those caps. Beautiful. Okay, I'll go ahead and put these in our box. And get the rest. Now you want to try to harvest all of one side if you can. Now if there's some little guys that are still not quite ready, you can wait for them, but try and harvest one side all at once if you can, just so you can flip it. Here's another clump right here. Wow, look at that. So you can see they started getting all frilly at the sides. So they're gonna start to turn up really soon. Here's another group. We've got some smaller ones in there. And a little straggler. Got a beautiful cluster here. Oh, and you get to see some really funky stem shapes here. So you can see they like to curl every which way they can. They just follow gravity, really, or fight against gravity. Okay, and there we go. That is a full harvest right there. So I'm gonna leave these guys a little bit longer because I think they've still got some growing to do. Yeah. I managed to find some nice Pioppino right here. So that's these guys. There we go. That's beautiful. So Pioppino can be quite large like this. For scale, there's my hand. But they can also be very small. So they don't always look like this. Sometimes they come out very small. They look like little button mushrooms. But these ones happen to be big, and they get this beautiful skirt here. So you want to pick them, you want to harvest them before their caps turn upward. So once they turn upward, they start to lose their integrity here. So I'll harvest the rest of them. They should pop right off, just like that. So these ones were just about to go off. You can see the edges are starting to crack as they turn up. So I caught them right in time. But they're quite a strong mushroom. You can feel their stem is nice and hard and kind of woody. So there we go.